Howdy gang, Jeff from G's Gear out in the shop today with a quick demo of the latest guitar to come through the shop. This is a restoration of a Harmony Sovereign, an H1260, which is the jumbo bodied Sovereign. And this one, judging from the headstock, the lettering, style of lettering, truss rod, whatnot, it's a mid-1960s to early 70s Harmony Sovereign. The date stamp has faded away and is not to be found anywhere. So this one came through and needed a goodly bit of work, but it's just been freshly restored and is up for sale on our shop at reverb.com. That's G's Gear at reverb.com. So a little bit about them. The Sovereign is a guitar that's a solid spruce top, quarter sawn Honduran mahogany back and sides, with a one-piece back, which is very hard to find these days since the lumber industry has taken a lot of the old growth trees. You just don't get one-piece backs on guitars. Honduran mahogany one-piece neck, a Brazilian rosewood fretboard, a Brazilian rosewood bridge, and then we have, as part of the restoration work, we had to replace the binding on the base side of the neck. We put in a bridge doctor to tame a little bit of a belly in the bridge that's common in ladder braced guitars like this. What's also common is that they sag a little bit at the waist, don't we all? And so we did a kind of a modified X bracing and put braces in on either side of the sound hole to stiffen up the top. That allowed for the neck reset to be proper and to work out for us. So we put in a new bone saddle here. What often happens with the ladder brace guitars, and this is just a word about necks and neck resets in general, it's usually not the neck that's the fault. It's the geometry of the body of the guitar. That over time and under tension, the bridge tends to rotate forward a little bit, and that's what brings the belly up behind it. And at the same time, that's what causes the dip at the waist. X-braced guitars manage to defeat a lot of that, and so they often don't need neck resets for a long time. But when that happens, and the waist particularly dips, the neck block rotates backward a little bit, and up comes the action as a result. So if you just do the neck reset to lower the strings and you don't take care of the bellying or the waist sagging, that tension on the strings is likely to cause it to continue, and you find that you didn't get the neck reset right. So we did the bridge doctor, did the braces here, did a full neck off neck reset and new saddle, and we've got a very comfortable action on the guitar. The fretboard extension, when you do a neck reset, winds up getting glued back down, and they often will roll off a little bit, so the action seems high in here at the fretboard extension. But back where you play it and up to the 15th fret, it's very comfortable. No buzzes, no clinks, no dead notes. We dressed and crowned the frets all up and down the fretboard. Replaced that binding, new dot markers. The guitar had probably lived most of its life outside of a case, so it's got a lot of nicks and dings. It's never going to be museum quality. There's a lot of surface crazing, particularly on the sides, more so the sides than anything. But yeah, on the top as well. You can see it. If you can't see it here, look at the pictures on G's Gear and you'll see all the crazing in the finish. Oh, we also had to reattach the pick guard. Fortunately, it was there. When the guitar came into us, it was covered in decals. There was a big decal here, there was a decal here, there was adhesive tape all up and down the fretboard. I don't know why. In my mind, I'm thinking that the guitar belonged to a busker, and he had maybe taped his name onto the guitar so people could see who he was while he was playing. You'd get joeschmo.com right in there, and had decals stuck to it. So we took the decals off, cleaned off any residue. The pick guard had fallen off. We cleaned off all the residue under that and on the pick guard, reattached it, and now it's a playable instrument. The guitar had not had any kind of treatment to the bridge or the fretboard for a long time, so lemon oil in multiple stages to bring that back, and lubricated the tuners, and she plays just fine. So we played a little bit finger style there. Let's play something with a flat pick and see how we go. Lots of sustain, lots of bottom end. This is a great guitar for playing rhythm and for really driving an acoustic band. It's got a lot of bottom end, but when we come up into the treble on this, the thing I love maybe the most about these is that they're bright and they're clear and they're not harsh and they're not tinny and they're not shrill. Wrong chord there. These are great old guitars. If I had a tie-dye jacket, you might mistake me for John Sebastian. He played one of these at Woodstock. Now the word is that he hated that guitar, but I think it's because it had a high action and it wasn't his. It was a guitar that was handed to him by, I think, Tim Hardin when they chased John Sebastian out on the stage there at Woodstock. So a lot of guys have played these over the years. Ladder brace guitars have a sound all their own. Some folks convert these to X bracing. They sound wonderful, but I like that ladder braced sound. I have X brace guitars. If I want an X brace sound, that's what I play. If I want something different, I play one of these. And this is, of course, the same model of guitar that Jimmy Page plays on the acoustic part of Stairway to Heaven. So it's a rather famous sound. If you're looking for one of these, if you're looking to get into a vintage acoustic guitar that's playable, that has a great sound. It's a great fit for lots of different types of music. You can play rock and roll or folk or blues on this. This one won't break your bank. These guitars are getting more and more expensive all the time, but this one does have some warts. I'm not going to deny it. There are lots of blemishes on this. It lived outside a case. It may have been used to prop open a door. I don't know, but it's in really good, solid playing shape, and you could get a guitar like this at a good price. So stop by at G's Gear at reverb.com, have a look. We almost always have a Sovereign or two in stock, and some of them get pretty pricey. They're really creeping up there. These guitars are as good as the Guilds, the Martins, the Gibsons of that era. The prices aren't as high because Harmony made so darn many of them. You know, a lot of folks don't realize that Harmony was at one point in time the largest manufacturer of musical instruments in the world. So if you had a year when Gibson turned out 12,000 guitars, Harmony turned out 300,000. They were big, and some of them are trash. Let's not deny that either. The bad stuff is junk. The good stuff, like the Sovereigns, these are really well-made instruments. So stop by and have a look. We've always got something cool at G's Gear. We hope to see you there. Maybe you can find your next great guitar. We'll play something to take us out. We'll see you on the flip side.